Well, if someone is looking at launching their own business and starting off on their business, the first thing I would say is take a look at your support system. What kind of support system do you have? Because that's going to be really critical. Family, friends, colleagues, potential clients, what kind of support system is there? You need to have a support system if you're going to be out there. Mm-hmm. Second thing is, what is it that you really are going to offer of value? What do you think is the value proposition that you bring to the table that is something people would really want, that they would really value, and that you can stand behind? Mm-hmm. So it's one thing to say, I want to run a business. It's another saying, well, what is that business in service to? So what's the fundamental social need? What's the fundamental need that people may have, or your desired client list may have, that you're going to help fulfill? So, for instance, let's say that you're a fitness expert and you've been working for a gym and you want to go out and start your own business as a fitness expert. Okay, well then define what's going to be the value you're going to bring that you couldn't bring in that institution. What's the special skills and abilities that you're going to imbue? How are you going to communicate that to others? So get your messaging down. Mm-hmm. That's the third step, right? Yeah. So what's the core messaging that's going to really communicate to people? And practice that core messaging on different populations. Family members, friends, get reactions, and have the courage to be confronted and to be willing to make changes based on insights and perspectives from other people. Because we know what we know, we don't know what we don't know. And there's a tendency sometimes to listen to our own thoughts and we think, oh, that's brilliant. You have to be willing to be confronted. That's I guess a third piece of that, or fourth piece of that, mm-hmm. after the messaging. The fifth thing would be then, what's your timeline? Mm-hmm. How long can you go without having income coming in? Mm-hmm. Because the worst thing that can happen is when you get really frightened, you get really anxious, and you're trying to sell a service or product, people feel mm-hmm. that you're trying to push something on them, and it's going to be this thing. So you need to be able to have a little bit of confidence. You need to have support. You need to be clear on what the value proposition is. You need to have your strategic messaging really down. You need to be willing to be confronted and have people give you feedback and input on that. And then make sure you build your structure. Mm-hmm. Build a system that will support you, that will look at your receivables, your inflow versus your outflow, mm-hmm. that make sure that your products and services stay top-notch. Mm-hmm. When we started our business, we said we're not going to be the top-tier cost in our market space. We're not going to be in the bottom. We're not going to be in the middle. We're going to be in the premium space. Not the very highest, but we're going to be in the 90th percentile. Because what we have to offer is of great value. And people will perceive the value based on the pricing you're going to give it. Mm-hmm. All right? Unfortunately, there's a great Joni Mitchell song about a person playing in a subway, and nobody was stopping to listen because he was playing in the subway. But he played really well, right? Mm-hmm. But if he'd been charging money to hear him and you went to a concert hall, it'd be one other thing. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that you set your price point so it's competitive, and yet you want to make sure that you're setting it so that you're at that level that if it's a premium service, it's a premium price.